We're back at Unit 11, Data Analysis and Modeling. This is page 2 of the unit. So we had the graph of the crickets and the temperature, how much they chirp in relationship to the temperature. So here's your handy-dandy graphing calculator. I would reset the memory before you start doing anything. That would be a second memory. That's the plus sign. You're going to choose reset, so 7. You're going to go RAM, just choose 1, and reset 2. That way you start fresh right there. So in list 1, you're going to input all the X values. And for list 2, you're going to input the Y values. Here's where you go. So you're going to choose statistics. That's that button right there. And you're going to add it. So press enter right there. List 1, you're going to input all the X values from the previous page. So and every time you input 1, you click enter. So 44, 35, 20.4, 33. And every time for you to go to the next line, you press enter. Now for list 2, we're going to input the Y values or the temperature. Notice that they need to match. 44 needs to match with 80.5. They all need to match. For each X, you have to have its Y right there. Okay? Now, after that, you're going to click second quit to get out of this screen. Go back to the main screen. So second quit. And you're going to press stat again, statistics again. You're going to go calculate. And you're going to go linear regression, AX plus B. And it's going to give you the values for A and the values for B. So on this page, when it's asking, using the data, write the line of best fit. That's the whole thing that you need to do. So the calculator will do all the thinking for you, but you need to know where to input the data in. So A is, let's just do 2 decimal places. 1.14x plus 30.28. Now, it keeps on going, talking about the correlation coefficient, labeled as R. This should be for data that follows linear pattern. On your calculator, when you go under stat, calculate, you have different regressions, linear regression, quadratic regression, cubic regression, and so on. In this case, when we're talking about linear regression, you're going to have the correlation coefficient, which is R. And R is going to be between -1 and 1. So if R is negative, that means it's a negative relationship. It's like a negative slope. If R is positive, that means positive slope, positive correlation. If R is close to 0, the data is more scattered. The dots and the points are all over the place. If it's closer to -1 or 1, it's less scattered. Where can we find this? Because when we did our linear regression here, there's no R. Okay, so the way you're going to turn that on, I'm going to show you 2 different ways, and it doesn't matter to me which way you remember, but you need to remember this. So you can go Second, catalog, that's 0. Catalog, and choose the letter D. D is that one there, right there. And then it's going to skip. You're going to find diagnostic on, and you click that. And then if you do the linear regression again, it will show the value for R and R squared. Now, the other way for you to turn on the diagnostic, you go mode, and the diagnostic is right there. Stat diagnostics on or off. If you want to turn it off, you click there. If you want to turn it on, you click there. Either way, it doesn't matter to me, but for you to get the R value, the diagnostic needs to be on. Okay, so it's on. Let's do the linear regression again so we can get that R and R squared value for that one function. So R is 0.9509 and R squared is 0.9042. So now you tell me, these numbers are close to 1. So it's pretty obvious that it's kind of less scattered. So the dots or the data is kind of showing a linear pattern right there. Another cool thing that you can do in the calculator, and I'm going to end the video with this. If you go second stat plot, you're going to click enter to turn that on. When you go graph, you don't see anything, but then you need to fix the window. So go zoom stat 9. Those are all the points that you plotted from your cricket chirps versus temperature. Here's something else I want to show you too. If you go stat, calculate linear regression, right there where you see store regression equation, you're going to press vars for variables. You're going to switch over to y vars to y variables. Choose function. Function again, number 1. So that is telling the calculator to store whatever value that is into y equals. So when you go back to graph, you're going to actually see this function right here that you just created from the scatter plot to graph right there. So it will draw the line of best fit for you. Pretty cool.